Good morning, welcome back to the Secret Sandland local history page. For this first local history video of 2026, we're walking through the Stray here, which of course follows the path of a former watercourse known as the Pool. Originally called Otter's Pool, it's been called the Old Pool. Bulpett even referred to it as Meals River. It was originally a watercourse of some importance. Over the centuries it's found its way to the sea, coming through the land here. However, there was a wooden medieval jetty found on the near the gates of Meals Hall. Remains of an eel trap as well in that area. Of course, by the 17th century, the pool would have been reaching the sea at Crossens. But the reason why I'm in this area is I want to talk about a lesser known part of the pool, which was called the dock. Now the pool in this area, it came through here, and then it veered off around roughly where we're stood here, through the houses of Rathmore Crescent, and then went back round to where Homedale Avenue is. I just want to refer to a book that was written by a guy called, a little booklet in 1981 called Marshside, the evolution of a village. And this was written by a guy called Richard Sutton, and he's describing when Homedale Avenue was being constructed in 1935. He says this: "It is not generally known that in 1935, during the construction of Homedale Avenue, which crosses the old pool, brick and masonry walls were found here, well below the surface, with a brick pavement across the bed of the former stream. A sample brick was dated 17th century, and it was considered this could be the remains of a bridge carrying Dock Lane over the pool, or perhaps a floodgate or a lock gate, which might account for the area being called the dock." Paul Sherman from Northwest Heritage has researched this in great detail, and he told me that the brick and masonry, the bridge was highly likely the remains of the original old causeway, i.e. a raised track over low-lying wetland. So on the map of 1736, there's roughly in between what is now Preston New Road and Homedale Avenue, there's a section of the pool which is a little bit wider, and it was reached via an embryo Shellfield Road. Now Shellfield Road back then, if you can imagine it cutting across where it's now a corner of Preston New Road field, and cutting across behind the houses of Fairhaven Road and Preston New Road, and then reaching this area here, and then it turned sharply and went towards the track went towards the coast. That was on a later map following the 1806 Seacop construction. Now Sutton says that this extension of what was Shellfield Road, this was the original Dock Lane. So as I said, just back there the pool would have originally veered off that way, and then it cut across North Road and behind Homedale Avenue. It was later straightened. We'll just walk to this grassy part here at some point in the mid 20th century, and there's evidence of this here. Of course, that's an inspection chamber there. So on this grass field here, roughly in line with the car park of the church, just coming through, you can see here the land goes down there, and you can see where the grass dips down. That would be where a man-made section of the pool would have been dug out as the area was developed. Of course, Homedale Avenue, very interesting, as you heard me mention, in 1935 they started construction of Homedale Avenue, but they had to abandon it because the land was so wet. Harry Foster refers to it as Crossens Lake District area. So Homedale Avenue was constructed in 2 phases, some in the 1930s and then later some in the 1950s. So we'll go over and have a little look, Homedale Avenue, where the pool went through. So the pool originally would have passed through these houses, and it passed through here and then crossed where Homedale Avenue is, a bit further along there, and then found its way to the sea, the Crossens. We're going to go to Bridgeill Lane. There was a floodgate where Bridgeill Lane is as well. I'm going to talk about some things near Bridgeill Lane. Of course, also in this area, we've got Poolside Walk. Of course, behind these houses here, in between Poolside Walk, was where the pool flowed in this area. Another section of the pool passed through what is Crossens Wreck. You can see down the side of the wreck there. It then veered off towards Bridgeill Lane, which is where we're going to go next. But there was also a man-made section of the pool to connect, which, as the sea retreated, it was constructed over the course of an old lane called Smithy Lane. So that would have gone under where Ridge Close is, and down the side of St John's Church, and behind the back of Pool Street. Of course, why Pool Street's called such. I took a photo in about 10 years ago. There was still some evidence of some water there. So if you imagine where the little bridge is before there's evidence of a stone bridge just before St John's Church, just behind that there. It's all overgrown now though. So we'll carry on now. We'll go to Bridgeill Lane. So Bridgeill Lane was formerly known as Dock Lane. Dock Lane extended all the way here, and basically followed the course of Shellfield Road, all the way past the Seacock Cottages to Marshside Lane. See this cobbled track here. Bridgeill Lane is named after Bridge Farm, which stood here. Will was a guy called William Rimmer. But the reason we're here is that the pool, what we've been talking about, the pool would have originally flowed through here, and there was a floodgate in this area, and also on the 1845 Ordnance Survey map there was a bridge spanning the pool. Now, you've heard me talk earlier about the dock, and I suggest that the dock, based on Sutton's notes and looking at a couple of the 1736 map, that the dock would have been in an area between Preston New Road and Homedale Avenue, and the end of an extension of an embryo Shellfield Road. Shellfield Road is quite interesting. That's had a couple of different names in the past. I've seen it on a map called Johnson's Lane. It's also known as Dangler's or Dangler's Lane. Dangler, believed to have been the Marshside bell ringer. Perhaps his surname was Johnson. So Paul Sherman, who's from North West Heritage, he carried out some excavations in this area. And he said that they found the remains of boat timbers, a rigging pulley, and some rotten rope. An excavation somewhere near here. Absolutely fascinating. So I think we'll come to the end of this short video for today. Thanks for watching. Please follow the Secret Sandland page on Facebook, Twitter, now X, and Instagram, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've got some more videos coming up. I think the next one I'm going to doing about I'm going to talk more about Old Crossens, the area up towards Banks Road, and I've got lots more videos coming this year as well. So as I said, please follow the pages and subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much.